Good morning. John Wallace, Operations Section Chief with the Southern Area Blue Team, here to talk about the Sturgill, Nebo, and Double Creek fires on the Wallowa-Whitman National Forest. We'll start off with the Sturgill fire. The work that we're doing here is focused along the shaded fuel break. We got in there, we did all the cutting and cleanup work, and now we're trying to get those logs out of the wood so that they can be salvaged and turned into timber products. So that's ongoing. They're going to be working for several more days, bringing those logs out to a central yard so that the Forest Service can sell them from that point. Everything else here is going really well. The fire has cooled down quite a bit. We're still maintaining a presence back at Red's Horse Ranch in the Minim Lodge, but really not a lot to report on Sturgill except some cleanup work. Moving on over to Double Creek, you're going to see more containment lines on the map today. When we turn these red lines to black lines, that means that the containment is going up. And so all this around Steen's Outfitter cabin, around that Hat Point Lookout Tower, you're going to see more and more containment where that fire is not spreading, where it's not got any heat, where we're deeming it safe and very unlikely to spread any further. So Division S, we added a lot of containment yesterday. Moving down into this area around Battle Creek, Mark's cabin, what we're calling Division Q, we also added a lot of containment line. The one place we're still really paying attention to is just to the northeast of Diamond Head Ranch. You can see the red lines in here. There's still active fire in there. It's a very rough terrain, very rugged, very hard to get firefighters into. And so we're really just watching that and bringing it out to some dozer lines and some existing trails that we had in there. So firefighters are holding that to containment lines, but it's a slow process. We really don't want that fire to get outside of those containment lines. Being patient, taking our time, making sure it stays exactly where we want it to stay. So that work's ongoing. Moving on around up the upper and lower Imnaha roads, most of this hose and pumps and sprinklers have been pulled now from around the structures. We're in there actively doing suppression repair. You'll see excavators now instead of crews. And so the excavators, bulldozers are in there filling those fire lines back in, dragging brush back in over them so that we don't have any erosion. Really trying to clean things up and bring it back to normal. Moving up into the top, here in the Cow Creek, Rhodes Creek, Lightning Creek drainages, we've still got heat in those areas, but it's still really isolated in those timber stringers, not moving at all, just burning those big logs really down to white ash. As the grass dries out during the day, that grass might catch on fire and spread a little bit, but it's been really minimal spread. It takes so long for that grass to dry out during the day after the good humidity recoveries at night that by the time it dries out, the sun is already starting to get low on the horizon, and so those fuels are shaded for the better part of the day. Not a lot of activity in there, but we are still watching it very closely, and we've got some good trigger points. If it does start moving, we'll be ready to address those with aircraft. Moving on over to Nebo, work's continuing with chipping, but the chipping is really winding down. We thought they would finish yesterday. They're going to be in there today just making some final touches on the chipping. And then this fire line to the north of the Nebo fire, they should complete it today too. Again, cleaning it up, making sure that it's brought back to the way it should be. And so that's really it for this morning's update. The big story right now is suppression repair. Not a lot of fire left spreading around out there, but what fire is there, we're going to keep watching it, have those good trigger points, and be ready to act if we need to. Other than that, we're just going to be cleaning up and bringing things back so that the local district can take them over and move on. So thank you. Have a wonderful day.